we're the ones who need the water. He said, that's right. You make dua for us that Allah will reward those who have already donated. Reward those who will donate, and make dua that Allah will guide those who didn't. Because you're missing an opportunity, a grand opportunity. So imagine these people making dua for you in Ramadan. And I asked their elders, especially the imam of the area, I said, be sure that they make this dua after the Tarawih. Make sure they make it in the Qiyamul Layl. Make sure they're making it at home too. Lots of dua. And they said, that's it. I said, we want you to do that, because if you do it, you're going to see Allah will bless you and bless them. Make sense? So I don't want to talk anymore. I've talked enough. I think it's a good chance to get some comments here from Chef Bree, and he can give you some of his perspective on what he saw. And then after that, we'll see if we have any questions. Something up there. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, praise be to Allah, and we have to thank both Sheikh for making a journey and Islamic Relief for organizing it. And I have to tell you, on behalf of Noor Islam, we've been supporting Islamic Relief since our existence in 1990, since 1990. Since Bosnia War, we collected clothes and collected food, parcels and so on, and money as well. But on behalf of Noor Islam, I'm pleased to tell you, we've already anticipated and we pledged £5,000 a few days ago, a few nights ago, for construction of a school and 10 times the water share. But that doesn't stop there. As Sheikh is saying, during Ramadan we will have that appeal carry on. So inshallah we can say it was Islamic Relief project. We will give you a receipt and we will bring money to give it. We have a check ready of £5,000, we can give it today, inshallah. That's no problem. At the same time, we have to look after Noor Islam as well. MashaAllah, the sisters have come from far away. May you be blessed and dua on you. Because we're having a project with a nursery school next door, that's the reason why we put a picture next door. We're having a lot of work being done. MashaAllah, we're running a preschool. So, and we have a primary school as well. So that's the reason why sisters put the picture next door, because of the work is being carried out. But please forgive us and please listen attentively to both Sheikh, and it's a pleasure to have both Sheikhs here to talk with you.
Assalamu alaikum. When I hear Sheikh Yusuf recount the story about journey to Kenya, and I'm often moved to tears because of recalling the images that I saw there. And those of you who did not see the appeal on the Islam channel tonight, I have to tell you, there's nothing more valuable for us as Muslims than our service and worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that the best of you is the one who is the most useful, one who is most useful to his community. And he has also said that when one part of the body, our ummah, hurts, suffers, the entire body suffers from fever and sleeplessness. So I'm asking you, Sheikh Yusuf is asking you to search your hearts, to find it within you to support the needs of the less fortunate Muslims around the globe, particularly in Mandera, Kenya. We saw a young boy, we saw two, who were named Ibrahim. These boys were about 10 or 11 years old. One, Ibrahim, he had a cleft lip. You know, the cleft lip was all the way up to his nose. Of course, his family didn't have the funds for an operation. His mother had died. His father was elderly and sick. And he was taking care of how many siblings? 6 to 10 siblings. And the village children would make fun of him because of his death. He could hardly talk. But yet, alhamdulillah, it was handled so beautifully. The other Ibrahim, a few years ago, he was playing with his friends, learning Quran in the madrasa, alhamdulillah. But now, he is confined to his cot. Cannot talk, cannot move away from the cot. And his head is about 3 times its normal size. He was so happy to see us come to this little hut. And they have these little, grass huts like you see on National Geographic. I felt like we had stepped back into history. And we went in to spend a few moments with him. But he too was in need of a serious operation, because this, if it's not attended to, will probably be the end of it. I don't know. We saw people who demonstrate so much resilience and endurance that it puts those of us in the comforts of Western lands to shame. So, brothers and sisters, during this blessed month of Ramadan, let us ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to really, really help us to appreciate what He has given us so much more. This deen, first and foremost, is the greatest ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our beloved Nabi wa Rasulullah, Habibuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the greatest of human beings. He was known to be the most generous during the month of Ramadan, as generous as the rain made in wind. And believe me, in Mandera, the wind, there no rain. But it was windy, and it was cutting. Yet the people, they endured. Imagine not being able to have conjugal rights with your wife or your husband because there's no water. All you can do is tayammum. How long can you do tayammum? So my brothers and sisters, let us not let the shaitan, who is enchained during this month. The Ramadan is very, very short, and it will soon be gone. Many people who were with us last year in Ramadan, fasted Ramadan, made Taraweeh with us in Ramadan, they're not here this year. And Allah Ta'ala has blessed you and I to meet Ramadan 1430 by the Islam. How many of us are guaranteed that we will meet the next Ramadan 1431 by the Islam? When the Prophet came to Medina, one of his great companions, Anas ibn Malik, said this was the greatest day, the most joyful day. When the Prophet arrived from Medina, he said the most saddened day was the day when the Prophet returned to his brother. Weapon stopped. And the Muslims were overtaken with grief, so much so that even Umar ibn Khattab, he would take the head of anyone who said that the Prophet had died. And Abu Bakr as-Siddiq calmed Umar down, and he told the people, those of you who worship Muhammad, know that Muhammad has died. Those of you who worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, know that Allah lives and never dies. And then he recited the ayah, and another verse, he said, they had never heard the ayah before. I just recited in English. Allah said, Muhammad is no more than a messenger. Many were the messengers who passed away. If he dies, or is killed? Are you going to go back on your heels? I say to you, brothers and sisters, Ramadan is no more than a month. Many were the months of Ramadan that we have fasted before. When this month leaves, are we going to go back on our heels?